Okay, a little slow. Totally doesn't. And brace yourselves, you shall. What is going on, guys? Dylan Norway here, and welcome to the game that replaces Wrath of Cortex, which on my channel is the equivalent of the equivalent of Kenny on South Park. This game was released in November 2003 to the PlayStation 2, Xbox, Nintendo GameCube, Game Boy, and in July 2004 was released to a thing that looks like a potato, the N-Gage. This game tried to be Crash Team Racing, but it's just, yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's not a really horrible game like everybody makes it out to be. I mean, it looks really good for a PlayStation 2 game. All it is, it's basically upscaled Crash Team Racing, but with, Big Brother watching you, as you see in this picture. Anyways, back to this release data crap. In 2004, the PlayStation 2 version actually sold so well to the point that it actually got a greatest hits version for some reason, which is the version I own. And in 2005, it was released to a very rare Xbox Super Pack with Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex with it. And in 2007, it was released again onto another compilation game, this time with Tag Team Racing and Crash to Insanity. That was released in 2007. For an average game, it actually got a surprising amount of re-releases. While we're here, let's go ahead and jump right into how I'm going to do a run-through of this game. I'm going to be playing as Team Bandicoot, like always, because nobody can go wrong with my boy Crash. It won't be a full-on 100% run-through like I was planning to Insanity for it to be, because there's so much crap to do, and let's face it, I do not have enough time to fit that in my life at the moment. While we're here, let's go ahead and jump into a new adventure. Just like with Wrath of Cortex and Twinsanity, I will keep a practice file on hand to play through the game so I can draw comparisons. And let's pick our team. Let's see, we got my boy Crash, Jimmy Neutron, if he was a girl, and awesome Vin Diesel parody. I miss the Vin Diesel parody of Crunch Bandicoot. I don't know why they put him into a freaking Mr. T parody. Or we got Mr. Krabs, Steroid Boy, and totally not Nolan North. So, what the heck? Let's go with Crash. Let's go ahead and call ourselves Deemer. Or what the heck? Let's call ourselves Deemers. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Later on, probably around April-ish, I'll do a video kind of revealing the plans I have for late spring and early summer of this Let's Play. And for some reason, since I already have the practice file, it kind of cuts halfway into the story. So once I'm done doing the first race, I'll go ahead and show the cutscene in full, including this. Again, I don't know why the game does this. I mean, if you have practice files and you start a new game, it should drop you like right at the beginning of the story. Um, for some godly reason. So while we're here, once we get past this loading screen, I'll basically kind of show you the basic controls. Keep in mind this will apply to PlayStation 2 owners only. Those who own the Xbox, GameCube, or Game Boy versions, or even the godforsaken N-Gage, can figure out the controls on your own. One thing to notice compared to Wrath of Cortex is it's a lot less. Suddenly, Mel Winkler. One thing you'll notice comparing this game to Wrath of Cortex is it is a lot less blocky. I mean, you can tell that people actually look like people in this game. Damn. Oh, shut up, Baku Baku. Anyways, one thing you'll probably notice right away. Actually, I'm going to get to the controls before I'll notice before I talk about some other stuff. X is to accelerate. Again, this will apply to PlayStation 2 owners of the game. Circle is going to be your brake. Square is going to be your reverse. Triangle brings up what's going on in the world. And I'm not even going to explain how to steer because, most of y'all should know that. To hop, press R1. There'll probably be many a low rider joke in this Let's Play. L1 also works as well. And when you want to drive off a ramp, make sure to hit R1 for an extra boost. Again, wow, creepy ass Big Brother face. So, yeah, that basically covers the majority of controls, and L2 is your look back button. Again, this will be different on Xbox and GameCube, and any PSP owners of the game. Or I'm sorry, Game Boy and N-Gage owners. I'm getting confused with Tag Team. Jesus Christ. I've played that a lot more. One thing you'll notice is the drifting system, if you've played Tag Team Racing, is really jacked up. Like, you have to hop, like, when you're driving, I'll demonstrate here. So, like, you're driving along the race, then you want to hop. It's just not smooth. I mean, you have to, like, it's really weird, honestly. Kind of hard to explain. I mean, in a drift, you kind of have to trade off between L1 and R1, which, again, Xbox and GameCube owners depends on whatever button you have, and kind of same goes for Game Boy as well. So how this is going to work I'm just going to run through all the races and do the occasional, like, crystal and gem challenges and relic challenges on the side. CTR challenges, CNK challenges, please, they can go die. I've played through those once and they suck. Anyways, go ahead and go to Inferno Island. There, what we're gonna do is we're gonna probably rotate between the 3 characters for each race. So here for the first race, we're gonna go with Crash Bandicoot. Then for the next race, we're gonna rotate to Crunch, aka low-key Vin Diesel parody, and then we got Coco Bandicoot, aka Jimmy Neutron. Stats for the car for these guys are pretty simple. Crash is kind of basically the equivalent to Mario in the Mario Kart games. I mean, he's basically the perfect beginner. Average speed, average turning, good acceleration. Definitely not great, but good. Crunch Bandicoot's got some really good speed, can't turn for crap, and average acceleration. Coco's got really crappy speed, average acceleration, and really good turning. Let's go with Crash. Now the question is, if I do this Let's Play, how long will it go before this copy dies on me and I have to wait for so freaking long? That'll be the question. Keep in mind, there will be Crash Nitro Kart episodes uploaded every Wednesday and Thursday, alternating every week. Next Thursday, probably 1:30, 2 o'clock, because we're going to probably see the next episode of this. Anyways, let's go and discuss some races. So, see that thing right under Coco's icon in the top right of your screen? Yeah, it's got a team icon, right? It's low-key kind of an equivalent to Double Dash, which was also released in 2003, which, to be perfectly honest, I'd rather be playing that right now. Oh, geez. Whoever hit that rock through that rocket, you can die. So you see right here, basically, there'll be a blue, kind of like, little thing building up on the top of your screen. And if you press a certain button, which is R2, I'm sorry, it's circle. Oh, geez, we're already shooting rockets. This race is hardcore. This race is hardcore right there. Hey, Coco, do your job. Let's go take out Egghead. Damn, I wish you ran over that. Ha ha ha, payback, son. Anyways, drifting is really messed up during the races. I mean, it's not as smooth as Crash Team Racing, in my opinion, but that's kind of just me. Or, Mario Kart DS, even though that game came out like 2 years after this. Anyways, we've basically completed this race at this point, and we just won. On the first race, kind of unusually contested for a beginner race. Thing I forgot to mention, because this race went by so freaking fast. The graphics here look actually way better than they did in 2001's Wrath of Cortex. And I think that's a good game. Just graphics for that one look like absolute crap. Hey, at least it's not the GameCube version. Here, people actually look like actual people and not just, friggin' Roblox people, for lack of a better word. Oh, shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay. Let's go ahead and... One thing you'll notice I was basically taken from Crash Team Racing is the victory dance. If you've played the other Crash games, you know Crash's victory dance. Just... Oh, Jesus. Why? Japan? We need to have a serious talk. Okay? I don't think, and this might just be because, the only way to make Crash marketable for you guys is have the Japanese developers of every Crash game ever smoke a bunch of crack and make him do this. I just find it weird that he's freaking doing pelvic thrusts in the E-rated game. And then you see second and third place podiums, they just don't care. You see Cortex is pounding and Coker's like, I'm going to go type on my Reddit, even though it's 2003 and Reddit hasn't been invented yet. Hey, Crash, can you call AOL? Alright, so let's go ahead and show off a little bit of the pause menu here before I show you the intro cutscene. Alrighty. I'll probably do all the relic challenges of these, and the crystal challenges later. CNK challenge is going to go screw off. While we're here, let's go ahead and switch our character to Vin Diesel Crash. So go ahead and show off some hints. Here, if you missed any hints in the game, you can just go into the pause menu and play them. And while we're here, let's go ahead and save our game. For some reason, this and Hit and Run are so weird when it comes to saving. I mean, I'm not sure if Simpsons Hit and Run auto saves on the PlayStation 2 version. I think you have to go in and turn that on, and it's probably the same with this game. Yeah. Anyways, I think you noticed that Crunch is actually a good guy in this game now, for anybody who's curious. And he is voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson. If there's one thing you may love or hate about the Crash Bandicoot games, they actually got some notable people, actually. Remember Lilo and Stitch, that big, weird-looking whale dude? Played by Kevin Michael Richardson? Yeah, he first played Crunch in Wrath of Cortex and Nitro Kart, and I'm not sure if he continued to play him in Tag Team and the Mutant games. But I might be incorrect in that statement. One thing you'll notice is if you hold a drift long enough, Crunch will spaz around like he's drunk. Alright. Let's go ahead and save our game again as a just in case. I should probably turn on autosave. Really hate this stupid ass manual game save. We'll go ahead and show off the full cutscene in its entirety here very shortly. Okay. Extras, going to go to cutscenes. Introduction. Remember, per every other game that wasn't a racing game, I will be quiet. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, that was the kind of the intro cinematic of Crash Nitro Kart. And while we're here, let's go ahead and run through the cast that I have pulled up on IMDb. Love that freaking app, by the way. Kevin Michael Richardson, the same guy who I said earlier was that whale dude from Lilo and Stitch, plays Crunch Bandicoot, and one of Velo's advisors. Still think he does a better job at being Crunch Bandicoot. Mel Winkler does a pretty good job at Aku Aku. Jimmy Neutron, aka freaking Debbie Berry, does the voice of Coco, Bandicoot, and Polar, even though Polar's silent in this game. Weird. This is kind of weird, but Steve Blum, not Brendan O'Brien from the PS1 games and Wrath, I guess, does Crash Bandicoot, and Steve Blum also does Emperor Velo. He does a way better job at doing Emperor Velo. I love the Russian accent he has. Dwight Schultz does Dingo Dial and Fake Crash. Quentin Flynn does Dr. Engine and Nitrous Oxide. Michael Ensign does Dr. Entropy. Clancy Brown does both Dr. Cortex and Uka Uka. This is the last game that Clancy Brown has a role of Dr. Cortex, and Uka Uka as Lex Lang would take over for Dr. Cortex and Crash to Insanity. Paul Greenberg does Geary. Marshall R.T. does Krunk. And for some reason he does one of Velo's minions. Tom Bordon does Entrance. Billy West, the same guy who's probably best known for doing Fry from Futurama, rest in peace, does Zam and Nash. A French guy does Zam and Norm. And John DiMaggio, aka a freaking god, does the voice of Tiny Tiger. John DiMaggio is obviously known for many things. Jake the dog from Adventure Time for you or 2010 kids. He does a few other characters, but probably the other one he's best known for is Bender off Futurama. Again, rest in peace. And what I've noticed is, for this game, they pulled a few characters from Futurama. I mean, it'd be because, God, I don't know, Futurama was canceled in 2003 by Fox. And they were just pulling actors that needed work. It's like Billy West stage and be like, hey, Mr. West, I got a role for you being a minor minion in a Crash Bandicoot game. Oh, cool, what is it? Crash Bandicoot's racing against a Russian robot. Oh, okay. Let me call Bender. Yo, Bender. What? You want to be in a Crash game with me? Sure. Alrighty, so I'm not going to let you see that cutscene again for a third time. Anyways, if you guys like this video of Crash Nitro Kart, make sure to give it a like, drop some comments, click that subscribe button, follow me on social media. You know the drill, and Engine's rocket face is giving me nightmares. Remember to check out my Gran Turismo 6 Spotify playlists with modern rock themes, classic rock themes, rap/R&B, and West Coast. Remember to check out all those playlists. See you next Thursday.